Basic rules: breaking rules will result in a fair penalty decided by the host to the opposite faction and/or removal from the game. No exploits. X. Air chassis. Volunteer naval invasions. Tension spiking. Double last stand. Silent naval invasions. Changing spawned in div templates. Giving away territory to remove planning debuffs from being infiltrated. Removing license debuffs, etc. Exploits are considered cheating and can get you banned. Save game checking is considered cheating and can get you banned. No releasing nations. Can't go to war with faction members or future faction members cannot justify before 39. Unless a focus gives the war goal or it is a claimed territory. Civilian factory boosting is not allowed. The only exception to this is trade backs. No revoking guarantees. Nukes can only be used after May 1st, 1944. No deleting factories. Only Germany. Japan and Russia are allowed to have adaptable. Adaptable is only allowed on either the general or field marshal. No double adaptable. No event holding no intentional civil wars. Besides Spanish Civil War, must take enemy capital if it's open and you can only encircle it with the purpose of capturing. Empty enemy provinces have to be taken in a reasonable time. Examples: no intentionally leaving the UK, Iran border or empty provinces to plan naval invasions. No loopholes. Purposeful annex builds must be decided and allowed before game start by the host, balancing admin. They are otherwise not allowed. No declaring war on volunteer nations. No military, dockyard access outside of your faction on the reservation sheet. Except Poland, Soviets after Poland has capped and it is being liberated. Only Poland and Soviets are allowed in Poland. If Soviets controlled, must take all of any countries in a peace deal except for Finland. The state transfer tool may only be used within the same faction, and only by two parties that have both entered WW2. It is only to be used to fix mistakes, bugs. All state transfers must be approved by the host. You may only do spy missions to steal technology if it's from enemy countries. Volunteer rules: volunteer nations can only send troops to the faction they are in, Axis to Axis, Allies to Allies, Comintern to Comintern, GEACPS to GEACPS. Volunteer nations cannot conduct naval invasions, cross-block straits or use naval bombers in any combat. Axis volunteer nations must be kicked out of the faction at Danzig. May form a volunteer faction. No military, dockyard access to any volunteer nations, except for Sweden, Axis. Only volunteer nations can send volunteers outside of the Spanish Civil War. Everyone can send max one volunteer each to the Spanish Civil War. This includes volunteer nations who otherwise must follow their country-specific rules. No tank volunteers to Spain. Army rules: no converting, upgrading any tanks to any new designs of any type. Temporary rule until modded in. Effective divisions combat width must be at least 20 for all deployed units. Unless you are only at war with an ally, Civil Wars, China. If your doctrine reduces combat width, the final deployed division must be at least 20. Space Marines are not allowed. You may not mix tanks, TDs, SPGs, or SPAA with infantry or cavalry. However, you can use tanks as support companies. No defending ports with tanks, except for frontline, can't be deployed or used without equipment. Mass assault doctrine is banned for all except Comintern. 5.1 The following exiled nations are now allowed mass assault doctrine after they have capitulated: Poland, Ethiopia. Netherlands. Mixing of different tank types, light, medium, heavy, in the same template is banned. This does not apply to support companies. No one can expedition their troops away to a country with a different land doctrine from them. Do not change templates or delete units that are encircled or on the front line. Being convoy raided count as encircled. No tanks may be converted out or deleted if you are being convoy raided, i.e. Axis cannot convert out of Africa if convoy raided. USA can't convert out of Raj if convoy raided. Special Forces rules. Majors, on reservation sheet, at the start of the game can deploy 36 total Special Forces, any mix of Marines, Amphibious. Mountaineers and paratroopers. Miners are limited to deploying 12 total special forces of any mix. Max 8 amphibious tank divs for starting majors, 4 for miners. Takes up allowed special forces slots. Paratroopers may not drop and maintain a defensive battle on a fort or exploit the battles. Host discretion applies. Don't be cringe. Navy rules: no, do not engage mission, no Navy teleporting, always engage subs are banned, no mine laying, can't spam trash carriers to cheese naval supremacy. You can't build ships for refit purpose only, no bathtubs, empty ships, just to refit them later. Every slot, module on a ship design that can be filled, needs to be filled. Minimum stack of subs is 5, can only use ports of countries that are in your faction and also at war. No joining an irregular faction or getting dockyard access to go around this, see loopholing rule. Air Force rules: no converting, upgrading any planes to any new designs of any type. Temporary rule until modded in. No flicker bombing. You may not switch from one air zone to another within 10 days. Applies to strategic bombing, logistic strike, port strike, naval strike, kamikaze strike, and turning the mission on, off. No bypassing plane IC reductions. All top and bottom row modules must reflect a plane's designated combat role. Bombs and rockets and tank cannons for CAS, machine guns for fighters. Bomb bays for strats, etc. Converting planes from any role to another role resulting in you not having a license debuff is not allowed and is considered an exploit. Can only use airports of countries that are in your faction and also at war. No joining an irregular faction or getting military access to go around this, see loopholing rule. This means volunteer nations cannot use their own airports with volunteer air. Faction. Country-specific rules COMINTERN general rules may not give or receive license production to anyone outside of the faction, except they may license technology from the Allies. May not lend lease the Allies. USSR, faction leader, has to accept the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Has to accept the Tank Treaty. Must send the ultimatum to the Baltic states. Can only take Lithuania in 39, cannot attack Japan. Must do winter war during 1939, must accept the Finnish White Peace event. If Finland has no player, the USSR can take Petsamo in the winter war. Can take Petsamo as well from player Finland, if Finland gives in to the demands from claims on Leningrad. May not take the navy, change government, or demand reparations from Finland. Can declare war on the Axis if they invade anything marked red on the Sea Lion and High Castle map included in these rules. Can't do collabs on Finland until after winter war has ended. Can't declare war against anyone besides Finland or Germany, and only when requirements are fulfilled. Turkey volunteers only to the USSR. During the Great Patriotic War, Op Barbarossa can fully join the First Soviet-Finnish War, Winter War. Mongolia, Iran, Afghanistan and Cuba must join Comintern. Can join the First Soviet-Finnish War, Winter War. Iran is only allowed to take Iraq from the UK before January 1, 1939. Axis general rules: Axis may not lend lease or send any volunteers to Ethiopia. Only Italy can preposition troops there. Greece may only be attacked after the start of WW2. Greece must be declared on by January 1, 1941. Germany, faction leader, must call in all Axis members to Op Barbarossa Day 1, not the volunteers nations OFC. Danzig or war must be done between 39 feet minus 40 feet. Germany must go to war with the USSR between 41 feet minus 42 feet. Can preposition troops in North Africa. Italy can join the war against France at any time. Must join 1 month after the fall of France. Must call in Ethiopia Day 1 to any war. Must join Barbarossa Day 1. Hungary, Bulgaria, Swiss, Romania, Denmark, Norway and Croatia must join the war when Danzig or war starts. Must join Op Barbarossa Day 1. Hungary may not give out any naval, ship licenses for production. Bulgaria can only take territory from Greece and Yugoslavia. Romania can release southern Dobruja to you if they want. Finland must accept the peace deal. Cannot get any volunteers or lend-lease before Op Barbarossa, exception in Sweden, Norway, Denmark rules. Must join Op Barbarossa day 1. Finland is not allowed to be a faction leader. Finland cannot annex Sweden for cause, may only go to war with the Comintern during the Winter War and Continuation War. Axis volunteers, Spain, Portugal, Sweden, Venezuela and Argentina. Volunteers only towards Axis. No GEACPS. Spain is allowed to release itself if it loses the civil war. Can only lend lease directly to countries that are actively in a war, and must cancel when the war ends. Each country can send a total of 1 volunteer to the Finnish Winter War. Ethiopia may not receive any lend-lease, even after they are capitulated. Only Italy may pre-position troops in Ethiopia. Must join the war in unison with Italy. Allies general rules. Allies may not lend lease to China or Poland. No one can build ports in mainland Europe until after France has capitulated. Before their mainland capitulates. Only French, Polish, Dutch, Greek units are allowed in their respective mainland Europe territory. Other Allied troops may only enter these mainland areas if they have capitulated to the Axis. Air is allowed. France, Greece, Poland and Netherlands are allowed to naval invade any part of Europe prior to the fall of France. But no other countries can assist those invasions or invade mainland Europe. United Kingdom, faction leader, must accept the remilitarization. Must accept Bulgarian rearmament. Cannot take away units of his puppets unless the player allows it. Must accept the Sudetenland crisis. Must accept German Yugoslavia can't declare war on Swiss if he gets war goal against it. Before Danzig. If there is no Egypt player. It must be annexed day 1. United States of America cannot declare war against Japan. Can't use any special forces in Europe until Japan caps. Can't give artillery licenses to any US troops. Only allowed in core territory before being at war. Can only join the war once. Japan declares upon the Allies. The Axis invades anything marked red on the Sea Lion and High Castle map, included in these rules. Can only lend lease planes after Italy has joined the war. When annexing countries actively holding territorial gains from war, the USA must transfer these to a war participant if they end up annexing the controller, prior to them joining the war themselves. France must accept the remilitarization of the Rhineland. Must accept the Sudetenland crisis. Must accept Yugoslavia to Germany. France must be called into war as soon as Danzig or war happens. Mexico, Malaysia, Brazil, Chile, Philippines, Ireland and Iceland must join day 1. Poland and Greece no lend-lease. Volunteers or buying from international market for Poland. Greece before they cap can't have troops outside Poland. Greece before the war starts. Poland has to build industry evenly in the east and west. German and Sov parts have to do their industry focuses first. Rush them have to join allies. But Greece can't call them to war. Greece can declare war on the Axis in 1941. GEACPS Japan, faction leader, must go to war with China before 38. Must go to war with the Allies between 41 and 42. Must annex China. This means either he has to take it, or he has to give it to Manchukuo. Cannot join the Axis. Must accept compensation. May declare on Russia once they have control of the following territories: Philippines, North Island, Australia, mainland India, Java, and Sumatra, New Zealand main islands.